Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Shay, your local numerologist. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Make sure you are subscribed to my other channels, Queen Spirit 1126 and Answers by Queen Spirit. All right, so we're doing triple nines. So let's find some nines. First nine is in reverse. We're doing 3 nines today. So 9 is all about endings. 9 is also about the accumulation of knowledge. All right, so we got 2 came out in reverse and 1 came out upright. And the one upright is in the middle. Okay, so 999 in and of itself, just as a general like meaning, excuse my little burnt sage. But the 999 in general, it's kind of like this accumulation of skills, this mastery of skills. So that definitely may be what you guys are experiencing, is mastering some kind of skill that you've been working on for a really long time. So if we see here, we have ending cycle wisdom, high vibe, and in reverse we have greed, material focus, loss of self. One thing about the number 9 that is very important is that 9 is very vigilant, right? 9 experiences a lot of passion because 9 sees so much. So when you think about it, 9 is kind of that energy of, okay, I'm watching and seeing everything. And it also carries a very heavy empath energy. All right. So first thing we're going to do is pull some charms here for our 9s. Let's see what we get for this first 9 in reverse. All right, so key. I'm getting at this is some instance where you hold the key to something, right? Where you can fix something or resolve something, but it hasn't been happening, most likely because you would have to, I don't know, kind of like deal with somebody, somebody's energy that it may be somebody that you don't want to give up, I guess I could say, right? So this 9 in reverse is giving the vibe, like a key to me, definitely gives the vibe of secrets, dealing with some energy that you don't quite know about. So what I'm getting right now, we got 7 of Cups popping up, is definitely this energy that things are happening behind the scenes, right? Because we have the secret here. Things are happening behind the scenes that you don't know about. There may be some instances where you haven't been feeling confident in yourself because maybe something is just taking absolutely too long to manifest or take place or whatever the case may be. So let's pick another charm. What do we have here? Oh, this is an octopus with a hat, with like a little chef hat. Now, I have another charm in there, that's the octopus, and the octopus always comes up to me as somebody who is very versatile, right? Able to wear a lot of different hats. This one even has on a hat. Something else that can come about in this octopus energy is just not being able to focus, kind of like having your hands in too many things. Kind of being a jack of all trades. You can have too many trades, right? That can go wrong for you. So I definitely feel that energy as well, is that Spirit is like, okay, it's time. Like, you have this skill and it's time for you to focus this skill so that you can use it, right? I get a lot of like just a little bit of doubt because I feel like things haven't really been working how you want them to work. Things have been going wrong. You've had a very difficult past. And I always tell you guys with 9s, I love the number 9, right? But when we're talking about cycles, right? When we're talking about moving on to the next thing, a 9 is never going to get you out of a cycle. Because no matter how many times you add 9 together, it's always going to equal 9. You're always going to be back exactly where you started. And to make it so bad, it's like always at the end. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, okay, every time I'm about to cross the finish line on this race, I have to go back like, several feet and do it again. It's like replaying this one little part over and over and over again. So it kind of feels like being stuck in a short cycle, right? So something that's like some perpetuated energy that doesn't take a long time to perpetuate, right? It's like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking about it like this, but like being late, right? Being late is an energy, right? Once you are used to being late, for instance, for work. Once you're used to being late for work, it's kind of like this energy where you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna be late, and you might be a couple minutes early some days, but for the most part, you can get away with being late. You're gonna be late. But what that does is it kind of stifles you from other opportunities. Is when it's time for the next shit to come up, Superior is gonna be looking at you. Well, you're always late, so you are great, but you haven't mastered this skill yet of being on time, and that is the reason why you're not being boosted to the next step. So make sure you guys aren't perpetuating an energy that you need to move past, okay? I mean, you are, but I'm just telling you, stop. Stop doing it, okay? All right, so last one, we got the elephant. Okay, so if there's one animal that I relate the 9 to, it's the elephant. It is. If I would relate it to a zodiac sign, I would relate it to Pisces, last sign of the zodiac. Yeah. So anyway, elephants are very knowledgeable. They live for a very long time and they don't forget shit, right? The past can be painful, and nobody's saying that, like the shit that you've gone through doesn't deserve some time for you to really figure out what it is you want to do and experience and what's okay and what's not okay, because in life we have to figure out, hey, it wasn't okay that I was treated like this, right? And I guess the aspect of childhood is coming up, because I was talking about this the other day. As a child, children in general, we are raised in a culture, right? And as children, it takes us a while to learn whether that culture is right or wrong, or, whether it just is what it is, or whatever the case may be. But when you're a kid, you have to know, and this is in every household, everything's not going to be perfect, and somebody's going to be doing something wrong, right? And this is energy that you have internalized, like some shitty thing that happened during childhood. You have internalized it. You have put it in such a space where it's kind of defining to you. It's defining. And Spirit says that shit needs to stop. It needs to absolutely stop. Whatever that thing was that happened to you in childhood, it is not defining. And you will grow past it, and you will, be better than that. I just want to make sure this light is good. Hold on, what's that? All right, well, I really think that is definitely better lighting. So we're going to pull some cards here. So for this first 9, what is going on, Spirit? We got the 9 in reverse. Loss of self. I really get loss of self. And this has to do with some kind of secrets, right? We have 7 of Wands here, but it is coming out in reverse. Okay, so the 7 of Wands is this energy of being protected, right? It's in reverse. So I get this energy of feeling attacked, right? In this point in time, this period of time where you feel like you needed protection. But Spirit is saying that you were protected. You were ultimately very much so protected. One thing in life that eventually we come to understand, sometimes bad shit happens, so worse shit doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you may have, for instance, I don't know, crashed a car, for instance, let's say that. But, you know, if you wouldn't have had that accident, you would have been somewhere where somebody would have did something even more horrific to you or some shit. So that's the only way spirit could stop you. Probably because you wasn't listening to your intuition and the shit they were telling you in the first place. But again, it takes time to learn how to listen to your intuition and move forward in your intuition. Even now, I be like, Spirit, I love y'all, but I don't like how that sounds. I don't want to do it. So you're always going to have your own mind. But I do want to say in this case that you guys are very protected. And even though there have been plenty of times in life where you didn't feel protected behind the scenes, you actually were. But I do get this idea that being vulnerable is an issue, right? And you can't move past a 9 without vulnerability, right? Because 9 is all about compassion, empathy, etc. All right, let's take this one on top. I should say on the bottom. We got the Queen of Spades here, Queen of Swords. Okay, so the Queen of Swords can be pretty shut off. The Queen of Swords can be hard, kind of cold, kind of like rejecting things. So there are some things that you no longer deal with. And then I get this idea that, okay, you're like, I'm not going to do this because I've experienced the past with this or that. And it's kind of like it's this energy of allowing the past to define you. Now, I'm not saying don't, you know, pay attention to the things that you've been through. I'm definitely not saying that at all. But it is important for you to not be irrational, right, with your past. Not be irrational, like everybody's not going to do this or everybody's not going to say this. People are different. They're not all going to be like the people that you've been around. I'll take this one off the top. Joker in reverse. You guys have somebody in your life that likes to play a lot of tricks, likes to play a lot of games. And I get this, I get this message of being like steamed rolled, right? Somebody has given themselves more credit than they deserve, and that is going to backfire. This is something that you already know, and this is something that you can see coming. All right, so let's get the overall message here. We got the Joker with the elephant. Like, yeah. I think this is somebody that you've been dealing with for a very long time. And they do a lot of shady shit. And you finally, kind of caught them in the act. Or maybe you confronted them. But it's very clear to you who this person is now. That's what I'm getting. So what's the message here, Spirit, for those seeing 999? Right at the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Wands, okay? So, the Two of Wands signifies planning but not moving, right? So it is kind of a little bit of a stagnant energy. So, you guys have to actually move forward in the plans that you wanted, right? One thing about 3, because we got three digits here, is 3 is a number about communication. So a lot of times when we move on and we move to the next path in life, we have to be vocal and open about, what's going on. It's kind of like when you break up with somebody, you want to break up with them. You don't want to leave any loose ends. You want to be like, bitch, look, it's over, period. There is no more. Like, you don't want to leave things up in the air. And I get that a lot. You guys have to stop leaving things up in the air. People are going to feel how they want to feel when you say what you have to say, but be honest and be dominant about your life. It's your life. At the end of the day, the only person that really has to pay for your decisions are you, right? Because even though our decisions affect other people, your karma and the things that you have to do to make up, that's all going to be on you. All right. So what's the message here? We got Queen of Swords again on the bottom. What's the message here for those seeing 999? We got 7 of Cups again. So 7 is prominent. We got the High Priestess, and I was thinking about the High Priestess here because the High Priestess is all about secrets and whatnot, hidden knowledge. Okay. So, I want you guys to be able to see all the cards. Sorry, I'm getting a hang at this new, what they call it, camera holder thingy. But I think this is a little bit better. All right, so anyway, so we got the High Priestess following on the Queen of Swords, and then for the Joker, we got the 6 of Cups. Okay, so this is everything that I was speaking about earlier. The 6 of Cups a lot of times does refer to our childhood. It can also refer to like suppressed memories. So it can be memories, like things that we keep thinking of, and that's what I feel, right? So earlier we talked about this 7 of Wands and the key and feeling like people are against you. But remember, I said that there are things that you don't see. 7 of Cups really does represent illusions, right? Because things appear in a way that they are not. This is exactly what I was talking about with the sleight of hand here. There's an energy here, not just of somebody doing something behind the scenes, but there is also an energy of spirit working with you, for you, towards you, things like that. So I definitely feel that energy very, very heavy here, very heavy. All right, so what's the message here? There's a lot that has been done behind the scenes in secret. There are a lot of memories that you have that aren't the way that they seem, aren't the way that they're presented, right? And you are moving past this. Okay, so earlier when I first started this reading, I talked about 999 being kind of like this development of skills and kind of like being this accumulation kind of everything that you've learned, whatever. A lot of times when we go forward in life, whatever the case may be, we don't talk about emotions, and we don't talk about relationships, we don't talk about love, blah, 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 in today's society. Everything else is more important than the relationships that you develop. And I'm telling you guys that it's a fucking trick. Like, just think about it. Every single thing, like, it's all to fool you. And I'm not trying to get into no conspiracies or no shit like that, but I'm just saying it's a distraction, okay? Because at the end of the day, nothing is more important than how you feel inside and how you treat the people around you and make them feel inside. There's nothing more important than that. And so I do get a lot of distractions here, but what I get mostly with this Knight of Wands here and these 3 cards is that you guys need to be on this journey to really figure out what you feel inside. Because whatever it is, it's supposed to enhance the skills that you already have, right? It's just like, in order to be a good boss, you have to have emotional intelligence. You have to be able to see when people are having a bad day and when they're not doing good and when they're going through tragedy, so you can be empathetic, right, to people, to the people in your life, to the people around, right? So that's all I have for 999, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Leave your experiences in the comments below, and I will see you next time.